Hello everyone, welcome to today's class, and our title today is Dad Jokes. And let's move on to language focus. 1번. In 1998, Jerry decided that he was out of ideas for the show. Okay, so as you can see here, I've highlighted he was out of ideas, or we're just going to concentrate on be out of something. In this situation, ideas. So, use be out of something to express that somebody has used up all their supply of something and has no more. Okay, so it doesn't have to be physical, but it could also mean something like, example, ideas, something that is not something you can touch. So, how can we explain this to you? Be out of something. 누군가가 가지고 있는 걸 다 썼을 때, 무언가가 더 이상 없을 때 쓰는 표현이다. So, if we look at our first example, I am out of patience. Now, patience is not something you can touch, right? Patience is just simply your feeling. I am out of patience with Andy's bad behavior. So, Andy의 나쁜 행동에 인내심이 더 이상 없습니다. 바닥났습니다. So he is being very annoying. Andy is being very annoying. And my patience has run out. It's out to be out of patience. I have no more patience left for Andy. All right. And the next example. Jason had to go home because he was out of money. I know this feeling. So, Jason은 돈이 떨어져서 없어서 집에 가야 했습니다. Okay, so maybe he was out drinking with some friends or something like that, and he ran out of money. He's out of something, and now he can't spend any more money because he has none. So now he has to go home. So remember, be out of something is to have no more of something. 누군가가 가지고 있는 걸 다 썼을 때, 무언가가 더 이상 없을 때 쓰는 표현이다. So, out of money, out of patience, out of ideas, out of fuel, etc., etc., etc. All right. Moving on to 2번 now. Just don't expect his kids to be impressed. Okay, so kind of underline don't expect. So use don't expect to express the opinion that something probably will not happen. Okay, so what do we mean? Don't expect. 무언가가 일어날 확률이 낮은데 쓰는 표현이다. It's an easy way, I guess, would be like 기대하지 마세요. So don't expect. If we look at our first example, don't expect people to agree with everything you say. So, 당신이 하는 모든 말에 사람들이 동의할 것이라고 기대하지 마세요. So, don't expect for people to agree with everything that you say. And Anders has been up all night studying, so don't expect him to have much energy. Anders는 밤새 공부를 해서 에너지가 많을 거라고 기대하지 마세요. Because he must be very tired from studying so much. Alright, now let's move on to the language focus quiz. Okay, 1번. I am out of patience with. Okay, remember, out of patience. Let's have a look. Be out of something to express that somebody has used up their supply of something and has no more. Remembering that be out of something, 누군가가 가지고 있는 걸 다 썼을 때, 무언가가 더 이상 없을 때 쓰는 표현이다. So, I am out of patience with. Who am I out of patience with? This is not for this example. No, this is for this example, sorry. My work, I'm going to quit. Not true, just an example. So, 일에 대한 인내심이 바닥났습니다. 그만두겠습니다. I'm sure we've all been through there. Okay, 2번. You can't if you're out of Let's say something easy, bake bread if you are out of flour. So, 밀가루가 떨어졌으면, 뭐 부족하면 빵을 구울 수 없습니다. So, out of flour, out of patience. Okay, 3번. Don't expect to know. So when we said don't expect, what did we say up here? Use don't expect to express the opinion that something probably will not happen. A very simple way was 기대하지 마세요. So, don't expect to know. Let's say, don't expect Jenny to know anything about K-pop. So, 제니가 K-pop에 대해 잘 알 거라고 기대하지 마세요. Maybe she's not a big fan. Example. And 4번, don't expect to want to. Very simple. Don't expect all students to want to learn. 모든 학생이 배우고 싶어 할 것이라고 기대하지 마세요. All students don't want to learn. Many students do, but not all. Alright, now let's move on to the further discussion. 1번. Do you think that humor translates well between different languages and culture? Why or why not? 유머는 다른 언어와 문화 간에 잘 통한다고 생각하세요? 이유는? So in my opinion, yes and no. I think physical comedy, like what do we call it? Slapstick comedy, translates well across the board, across all countries, because I find slapstick comedy very funny in Korea, and I am also a big fan of slapstick comedy in Western countries. One of my favorite comedians or actors is Rowan Atkinson. He's best known for Mr. Bean, which I'm pretty sure many Koreans know about, and he does a lot of slapstick comedy. Now, the reason why he is so widely known is because he's able to speak to not just one country, to many different countries. However, when we talk about certain, let's say, intelligent comedy that has history, comedy that has certain pop culture references within that country, I don't think that translates well unless you know a lot about that country's culture, pop culture, etc. A very good example is I went to see a movie in the cinema once, and it was an American movie. And when there was a pop culture reference, I actually was the only one laughing in the cinema. This was in Korea. So it showed me that you need to understand pop culture, you need to understand culture, you need to understand certain humor within the Western society to understand the jokes, and vice versa. When I watch example like SNL on Korea, or like gag concert or anything like that, I don't quite get it all the time. There are some sketches that I think are very funny, but there are other times where I just don't quite get it. So it just depends on the type of humor. 2번. When you are watching a foreign TV show, would you rather see a dubbed version or subtitled version? Give reasons. So, 해외 프로그램을 시청할 때 더빙 버전을 듣고 듣고 싶나요? 아니면 자막 버전을 보고 싶나요? 이유는? In particular, I'd rather watch the subtitled version. I just find dubbing a little bit distracting. It's sometimes doesn't match up with the type of program. Like, there's a very famous cooking show in Japan that I love to watch. It's called Iron Chef, and they do English dubbing. And it's sort of famous around the world because of the style of English dubbing that they do. That is entertaining, but when I've seen other dubbing movies or TV shows, I find it very distracting and I can't really get involved in the TV show or the movie. So yes, I definitely would rather read the subtitles, even though it takes your eyes off the focus of the program just for a little while. It's still more convenient than listening to a strange dubbing voice, which as a person who has dubbing before or who has done voiceover before, I should actually be supporting people who do dubbing. But as a watcher, as a viewer, I much rather just read the subtitles instead. So that's my personal opinion on the situation. Anyway, that wraps it up for today's class, and I'll see you on the next class.
Cringe.
Cringe.
Pun.
Pun.
Relatable.
Relatable.
Joke around.
Joke around.
Shoot somebody down.
Shoot somebody down.
Mockumentary.
Mockumentary.